Hello student, welcome to my channel, A Journey of Exploring Education. Today you will see the presentation of Miss Gousiya Jamadar on Human Resource Management. So let's see the presentation.
Hello everyone, myself Gousiya Jamadar. I am student of BBA first year. Today I am going to share a presentation on a topic impacts of globalization on human resource management. So let's start with the presentation. So let's start with the introduction. Have you ever thought what if things like WhatsApp, Facebook, Gmail and all other means of connectivity available today could have existed in earlier centuries? How would the entire international trade, people, goods and supplies would have been sold and bought? Or how efficient would people like Subhash Chandra Bose, Hitler, Mahatma Gandhi, etc. be if only they had mobiles, tables, laptops, desktops to check news updates, weather conditions, radio frequencies, etc. to help overcome the hurdles while fighting for our independence. This is what we call going ahead with globalization, like using laptop which is manufactured in USA or having a chocolate which comes from Belgium. Various definitions of globalization are David Harvey. Globalization is the compression of time and space. Charles Hill defines globalization as the shift towards a more integrated and interdependent world economy. Kenichi Ome, The Borderless World, Power and Strategy in the Global Marketplace, London HarperCollins 1992 says, globalization means the onset of the borderless world. So here's the brief history of how globalization started. The first episode began around the mid 19th century and ended with the commencement of World War I. In both these episodes of globalization, rapid trade and output growth went together with the major shifts in the relative size of the economies involved. In the 1990s, trade expanded again more rapidly, partly driven by innovations in the information technology sector. The most dynamic traders in the 1950-73 period were the West European countries and Japan. Despite the small contraction of trade caused by the dot-com crisis in 2001, the average expansion of world merchandise exports continued to be high, averaging 6% for the 2000 and 2007 period. International human resource management, meaning so along with the globalization of trade and economy, there was one more thing that went global: human resource. In simple and straight word, it is characterized by increased complexity of HR activities, awareness of the culture and building strong relationship with the employees and their families too, also trying to meet their expectation as much as possible as you are dealing with people across the globe. So, along with the settlement of people, trade, and economies, there was culture of international organizations like MNC, TNC, patent company, host company, so on and so forth. So, before going ahead, we will first understand meaning of these organizations, which are important technologies associated with international human resource. Next, drivers of globalization. GATT, which means General Agreement on Tariff and Trade, was multilateral agreement regulating international trade. European Union is a politico-economic union of 28 member states. Third, NAFTA, that is the North American Free Trade Agreement, creating one of the world's largest free trade zones and laying the foundation for strong economic growth and rising prosperity for. Fourth, ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is an alliance promoting economic and political cooperation by fostering dialogue among its 10 members. Next, types of global organizations in the current century, and they are multinational, transnational, and international. Here are some old concepts of human resource management in recruitment, and they are newspaper ads, telephonic interviews, use of banners for vacancy, and preference to internal hiring. So let's see HR past and present due to globalization, and they are traditional HR function and emerging HR function. Traditional HR function consists of administrative focus, reactive, separate and isolated from company mission, production focus, Functional organization with vertical lines of authority, people as expenses. In emerging HR practice, it consists of strategic focus, proactive, key part of organization mission, service focus, process based organization, and they are generalists with horizontal responsibility and corporate team of specialists. Last, people as investment. Here it comes trending concepts in HRM due to globalization, and they are first reducing manual efforts, in which automation drives significant reduction in manual efforts. Second, use of information technology. Information technology facilitates the effortless exchange of information across the borders as well as the expansion of resources from countries all across the world. Third, diversity in workforce. Globalization is a process where organizations take their businesses to an international stage. In today's world, companies are more interested to cooperate on a global scale as they find that there is demand for their products. Fourth, work-life balance. Finding ways to get your team more active is a great example of strong work-life balance initiative. Fifth, specialized application. Globalization makes specialization less cost effective for nations with few people. Globalization makes it possible for areas to specialize in certain goods and trade for other goods. Next, international division of labor in globalized world. First, geocentric approach. Best qualified individuals are hired at home and abroad regardless of any nationality. Then, ethnocentric approach. Primary positions are held by citizens of home country. Last, polycentric approach. Primary positions are filled by nationals from host country. Now we will see old and new components of wages, which consist first old components in it minimum wages. A minimum wage was one that had to be paid by an employer to his worker irrespective of his ability to pay. Second, living wages. A living wage is one which should enable the earner to provide for himself and his family not only the bare essentials of food, clothing, and shelter, but a measure of comfort, including education, health protection, social needs, etc. Third, fair wage. A fair wage is something that is above the minimum wage but below the living wage. Next, new components in which it consists first, basic salary, amount paid to an employee before any extras are added or taken off. Second, horse rent allowance HRA paid to an employee to meet the rental expenses. Third, medical allowance provide employees with tax benefits in case they have had to spend on medical procedures. Fourth, Employee Provident Fund (PF), an investment fund contributed to by employees, employers. Fifth, Employee State Insurance (ESI), a self-financing social security and health insurance scheme for Indian workers. Areas of concern in international human resource management, and they are first employee satisfaction, second employee benefits, that is monetary and non-monetary, third employee retention, fourth work life balance. Introduction of various training programs in international HRM, and they are practical training, cultural training, and language training. Cultural training can enhance cultural sensitivity, competence, and most importantly, eliminate the risk of major miscommunication. Promoting practical training courses that enhance cultural understanding will encourage positive cross cultural working relationships as well as positive relationships outside of work. Language training programs allow executives and managers to develop language skills quickly, conveniently, and with a focus on the specialist language needed to conduct business. So, here I end my presentation. Thank you.
If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.